Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the Play&Talk podcast, or commentary, whichever you prefer. This is the very first episode. I'm actually really kind of excited. Actually, I didn't know how to start it off. I had so many ideas to put it all together, but now that it's officially going to be a thing, I'm hopefully can entertain you guys of what all I got to talk about. And since it's my first episode and it's my podcast, I can talk about whatever I want. So let me just go ahead and say once again, welcome to the very first episode. Right now I am playing or showing you a gameplay of Bioshock. It's one of my favorite games to play, like all time. I never get tired of playing Bioshock. I love the series. I can replay it so many times and I honestly would not get tired of it. I am excited for the movie that they said they're going to bring out, and I still have no info on it, but once they get it going, best believe I am excited to see what they can do. I don't know what they're going to go based off of. I don't know if they're going to do it with the actual game or they're going to create something new, because sometimes you can't fully change everything when it comes to movies. But we'll see when we get there. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what Play&Talk actually is. Well, it's supposed to be like a gameplay / talk about whatever I want, and it's supposed to combine the two, because a long time ago a lot of people used to commentate on certain gameplay videos, and I used to watch them when I was younger because, a lot of people had stories to tell. They had a lot of stuff they wanted to talk about. It could be like a daily life thing, or it could be about movies, games, almost about anything. And I kind of sat there during my high school days. I used to love listening to other people's stories while, they play games. I don't know what it was about. Really. It was just something about it kind of made me want to do the same thing as a career thing. So it was more of a, why not? I can go ahead and give it a shot, because I've been wanting to do it for a while now. And I've gotten so serious to the point where I have my own mic. I have my own video editing software. And I just wanted to see how far I can go to make it into an actual career. And hopefully you guys will enjoy listening to what all I have to say. I mean, this first episode, so I'm not trying to make it a huge big deal, but it's something to start, You got to start somewhere. All right, so now that got sort of the introduction out of the way, we can go ahead and talk about my previous updated video from before, because I felt like it was a bit short. I was kind of in a bit of a rush when I made it, so let me fully explain what I plan on doing. So the podcast was going to be my main series here. I wanted to make something not something completely new, but bringing back the original concept idea when it comes to commentary or life stories, like gaming vlogs. That's what I wanted to do. I actually had a previous video trying to do storytelling while gaming, and in my opinion, it just didn't work out. I was trying to play and talk at the same time, which I mean I can do, but it's hard to maintain the focus of a topic while if depending on what game you're playing. like you're playing a shooting game and then something happens and you have to focus on like commentating while at the same time trying not to either get killed or like doing some intense mission, stuff like that. So I decided to do something a little bit different. Like right now I'm playing Bioshock. I'm going to play through the entire game, and each episode will be a different topic for you guys. And then there's also, I wanted to do like maybe a little mini podcast, and those are going to be like, something that's going on with my life. It's kind of like not like a mini series, but it'll be part of the Play and Talk. It's like a Play and Talk mini series is what I'm trying to do. And because I'm doing all this, that means I have to improve on a lot of stuff. So as of right now, I am recording off of my PlayStation because one, it's actually a lot easier. It's not the best, but it actually helps out me getting some recordings done like how I'm doing right now. And then I can transfer this part of the recording into my laptop, which is where the real editing goes. So you're gonna be getting a lot more detailed videos from here on out because I want to improve. I want to get better. Like most of my videos are very mediocre. I like looking back at my videos and I like to critique what I could have made this like so much better. And it's just it's kind of a this is what I would normally do. I would make this more polished, and I kind of put in my head and like, what can I do to make this video better? And that's what the goal for this is. I want to make sure you guys are getting the full effect of my potential, because sometimes I sit there and I'm like, I'm not giving it my all. And I know I can give it my all. Anybody can give it their all. So why give, 50%? I have teachers telling me like, 50%, that's still an F. And they're right. Like if you're in school, 50% of work is not good at all. So I want to get 100% plus if I can. And that's why I took some time off. I had to get a little mic cover for my mic, so it sounded good before, but with that extra little thing, it's so much better. I can already tell. I can hear myself whenever I'm just like talking. There's not a lot of sound, like extra sound you hear. It's just me, like only me, and that's all I like. That's all that matters at this point, right? All right. So I got a few topics to talk about. It's still kind of like you get to know a little bit more about me and then how I started this whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and like just start with the YouTube channel. So I originally, this was like way back in 2018. I started deciding, hey, I want to do YouTube, and I wanted to do like a bit of gaming stuff and maybe other things too, because I bought a camera like it was years ago, and I was like wanting to do some filming and stuff, because like I see a lot of people, they do skits and stuff, and I was like, you know what, that could be fun. I can I'm saving up for this camera, and I'm going to make videos with it. I don't know what I'm going to do. It was just going to be random stuff. If I came up with an idea, I'll edit it later, and then I'll put it all out there. I mean, I kind of knew what I was doing because my editing stuff didn't really start from. It didn't start until way back in my high school days, because I was doing like class projects from like American government class. It went from there, and then if I would use my laptop that I got for the school, and I would turn it to my TV, and then I would play some games and record it on there. It was really bad quality. You know, I didn't have all the equipment for stuff like that, but it was something that I wanted to do. I really wanted to like make YouTube at the time. I mean, I didn't want to make it into a full career. It was just more of a hobby, and it was a fun hobby. It actually got me to where I wanted to do more of this stuff. And eventually, I winded up making videos, and I got good grades on all of my video projects. They were like creative. They talked about what was going on in class. Like, I put so much thought into it. I would like rewatch the video like over 50 times to make sure it was like top notch, perfect, and is it A-worthy? In which they both were. You know, this is actually, believe it or not, this is actually my second YouTube channel that I've made, because my first one is basically, I just want to watch YouTube. I mean, I have a couple videos on there, but they're kind of, like I said, my high school days. They weren't like editing videos. They were just very novice, but I am proud of them. They were fun to make. It's just a reflection of like my memories and how I could have started YouTube from there. I could have kept my old channel, but like I said, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to start completely fresh. And that is when this channel that I'm currently using is for. It was for a new start. You know, I was in college. I was like, all right, this is it. I'm going to make actual videos again. And then once I did that, I like I said, bought a camera, and then I started doing like small short videos. They were supposed to be like mini skits that I came up with, and I wouldn't post them on YouTube. I would post them on my Facebook. And then the minute I would do that, like, I was surprised. I was so surprised on how everybody actually like laughed and like loved my videos. Like, it was kind of embarrassing in a way, because I was kind of nervous about how people would take it, but it turns out that the video was actually pretty good, and that gave me all the motivation I need to start making more videos of stuff like that. So I winded up making I made another video with a few friends, and then I made one more video like right after that. And then at that point, I kind of just stopped making videos, because I didn't really have a particular reason why. It wasn't the fact I didn't love it. I just stopped making them all together. And even though I had all those ideas, sometimes, I could always use the whole, life gets in the way, and it does. I had to work almost 40 hours a week at my job, and when that takes a toll on you, you kind of just forget that was just like that. My little side hobby that I was doing wasn't really. I didn't have the time, which, I mean, it really isn't true. Like, I try to make videos on my phone, which I made one, and that I brought that back. I posted it on Facebook again. Everybody loved it. It was funny. a lot of my friends would message me and be like, dude, you make some hilarious videos. And I was like, I try my best to do editing, but it's kind of hard to do it all over the phone because, the phone doesn't really have a lot of stuff, but I actually make it work. But now that I still actually have some of those old clips, I might actually post it on here, maybe, depending on how well this whole thing starts off. But for entertainment, you never know. I might actually put it all together. I'll re-edit the whole thing because I still have those clips. I'll re-edit it all, and for you guys, I'll put it together and show you exactly what all I had, if I can find all the whole files. Now, my YouTube channel was originally just going to be a gaming channel. My second YouTube channel, it was going to be a gaming channel. I mean, I guess my first channel was also going to be that, but I wanted to do, other random videos, and I didn't come across it. But, I wanted to do gaming, and I wanted to, do what a few people does. They would edit random stuff into it, and I wanted to polish it. And like I said, I do a bunch of I rewatch and see if it's good. My very, very first video on this channel, it took almost nearly all day to edit that one video because I wanted to make it really good, and it did turn out really good in my opinion, because I would take clips off of my PS4 and then I would edit on my laptop, and with all of that I winded up doing so much more on my laptop, and I made it really, really good, at least in my opinion. I showed it to my friends. I was like, hey, I put some of our videos, put it together, and I made this. And then I had a lot of, not a lot of special effects, just it was more basics. You would have put a picture there or something, try to do something funny, and that's what I was actually going for. But when I rewatch it now, I'm kind of like, man, this video kind of, it wasn't bad. It was mediocre, and most people, you can be your own critic and everything, but it's not me downing myself. It's me going back. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I could probably make this better if I wanted to. I mean, it's more of, you watch yourself to learn from yourself. It's really what I'm getting at, because most of the time looking at older stuff that you used to do just shows how much you could improve. And that's what I really like about watching my old stuff. It's the fact that I'm looking at this now and I'm like, man, back then I was actually really into it, because I really was taking the time when I edit videos when I was growing up was actually really fun to me. And now it's not only it feels fun for me doing it now, I can make it even better for other people to watch. And that's all that matters to me. If I can make something, improve it, and show it to the world, I'm just like, yeah, that was my work. That's how you look at it as. You did that. You made that masterpiece, and it looks amazing. And I really enjoy it so much. But that's what my YouTube channel was originally going to be. It was just going to be not strictly gaming. It was going to be like a random whatever thing. Let's say it was 90% gaming, and then that 10% was something unique, I should say, because I wanted a bit of variety. I just didn't know how to go about it. Now that I made my YouTube channel, now it was time to come up with the name. And the name was probably the hardest thing to do to make a YouTube channel. I wanted to make it to where I'm it's define me, but at the same time I wanted it to be creative, because a lot of people come up with good names for stuff, and I was over here that just sounds cliche, or that just sounds bad, or I don't know. Kind of like how the Play and Talk podcast, that was actually the hardest thing to come up with a name. So I had maybe a few in mind, but at the same time it was but that doesn't sound like me though. It doesn't sound like, it's not really me. And then that's when the name King Cubics came about, because originally the king, half of the king part wasn't supposed to be on there. It was just supposed to be like the Cubics, or it would just be regular Cubics. But my PlayStation was like, oh, well, that name's already taken, and I was like, well, I had to think of something. And then my buddy was like, now that we all have PlayStations, we have to make a clan, and that's where the King Squad came about. We had to add the word king in it, and that's where King came from at the beginning. It was King Cubics. The name Cubics came from me playing Tetris a lot. That was one of my very few first games I played was Tetris. I played Tetris a lot, from the classics to modern day, and I've been getting pretty good at playing Tetris a lot. And then that's when that name came from, because it's a lot of cube shapes, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just put Cubics? It's simple, and it represents me, because I play a lot of Tetris games, or not play a lot of Tetris games, but more of I play Tetris quite a bit, and I would play Tetris very seriously most of the time. So I eventually started getting really, really good at it. I got my speed and puzzle solving from it, and then that's just how the name came to be. I mean, it's a silly little origin story, but maybe I'll show me playing Tetris. I'm not like a god tier when it comes to the game. I guess I'm a pretty good, decent player when it comes to that, but I'm not I got a degree in Tetris. But that's how my YouTube channel started. It started off with just gaming, and then it started to become more, because I started to add a little bit of diversity to it. And then my channel also includes some Let's Plays, and it's even not hard to do those. It's just kind of hard to figure out what you want to play, that how everybody else play it. But it's a little bit different, it's just putting your own little twist to it. And that's when I started with my gaming channel. Was I tried to do some Let's Plays of which game I want to play, want to replay again, just to make some good quality gameplay, because I have a PS5 now, and it actually helps out a lot. And that's where most of my games come from, was because the PS5 kind of enhanced all of my other videos. So now I don't really have to worry about quality being bad, or frame rates being at 30. Like, I can put it to 60 now, which is a huge relief for me. But this is towards the end of the gameplay of this video, and I've had so much fun talking about the start of it, and I can't wait to bring out more content for you guys. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this Bioshock sort of a let's play, because that's what I'm going to be doing, and play and talk for this podcast. So until next time, you guys have a good day. I'm your host, King Cubics. Be sure to check out my other videos, and until next time, have a good day.